Okay, let's unpack this. In the crypto world, which, moves so fast,
Yeah.
there's this term token unlocks. It definitely sparks, well, both curiosity and maybe a bit of caution.
Right. Absolutely. It's a big one.
Yeah, these events, basically when locked assets finally hit the open market, they can stir things up. Price volatility, opportunities. So today, we're doing a deep dive using your sources, looking at how these unlocks might play out for some major projects in 2025, thinking SUI, Aptos, Avalanche, Athena, Immutable X.
Yeah, those are key ones to watch.
Our mission here.
Yeah.
Really just cut through the noise, give you a clear picture of what's potentially coming and how you might navigate it.
And what's interesting, I think, is that these unlocks, they aren't just about supply hitting the market. They're almost like milestones.
Okay, milestones. How so?
Well, they signal a project is maturing, releasing tokens as planned, but they also seriously test market demand. Can the market absorb this new supply?
Ah, I see.
So we'll be looking at why the size of the unlock compared to what's already trading, the circulating supply is so important, and of course, the wider market mood. That context is crucial.
Got it. Context is key. So not just what happens, but why it matters for, your strategy.
Precisely.
All right, let's start with SUI, S-U-I. That's a layer 1 platform, foundational blockchain tech.
Right. Uses the move language like Aptos.
And they have this structured vesting schedule, tokens released bit by bit over time.
That's right. Incremental. They've got monthly unlocks happening throughout 2025.
Okay, so like the sources mentioned 44 million SUI in June 25, then maybe around 100 million in November 25. Add those up over the year.
Yeah, it could easily add over 1 billion new SUI tokens to the market. Cumulatively, that's significant.
So the insight for SUI, it isn't just about maybe a quick price dip right after an unlock.
Not entirely. I mean, we saw that happen, right? An 8% dip after a 60 million SUI unlock back in February 2024. But the bigger concern for 2025, looking forward, is this potential supply overhang. If demand, like from new apps or users, doesn't really pick up pace.
Then that growing supply could just weigh down the price.
Exactly. Persistent downward pressure.
Yeah.
It's about the sustainability of demand meeting that new supply.
Okay, so SUI shows the impact of those large cumulative releases.
Yeah.
What about Aptos? APT also uses Move.
Right.
They have a different approach, more spread out.
Yeah, Aptos has this very long 10-year release schedule. And for 2025, it's about 11.3 million APT tokens unlocking every single month.
Every month. Okay, how much is that relative to the supply?
It works out to roughly 1.5, maybe 2% of the circulating supply each time.
Does that predictability, that transparency, change things compared to SUI?
Oh, absolutely. Big difference. Because Aptos' pattern is so regular and transparent, the market generally knows it's coming. It's largely priced in.
Priced in, okay.
Yeah, studies often show that these smaller, regular unlocks, especially if they're, say, under 3% of the circulating supply like Aptos's, they often have a pretty negligible immediate impact on price.
So the challenge for Aptos isn't necessarily a price crash each month, but something else.
It's more about opportunity cost, maybe. You've got this constant new supply hitting the market, so the project needs constant new demand just for the price to, stay stable.
Right, just to tread water almost.
Exactly. So for Aptos, the bigger drivers become overall project fundamentals, ecosystem growth, and just the general crypto market trends, less about the unlock itself day to day.
That's a really important distinction. Okay, now where does Avalanche, AVAX, fit into this picture?
Avalanche is interesting because they're kind of past the scary part.
Meaning?
They already finished their major cliff unlocks, those big one-off releases, often for early investors and the team, mostly by late 2024.
Okay. So what's left for 2025?
Much smaller stuff. Mostly quarterly foundation releases. We're talking about 1.67 million AVX each time. That's tiny, only about 0.4% of the supply.
0.4%, that does sound small.
It is. And we saw, for instance, their August 2025 unlock of that size had almost zero market impact. It just reinforces the idea. Small, regular unlocks, well under that kind of 3% threshold, usually not a big deal for the price long term.
So for Avalanche, the market's attention has just moved on.
Completely. It's all about their ecosystem developments, partnerships, the actual tech and adoption. The unlock anxiety is basically gone.
Okay, the narrative really shifts once those big hurdles are clear. Let's switch gears to Athena, ENA, the high-yield stablecoin project.
USDD, yeah. Big growth there.
They had a pretty chunky unlock, didn't they? August 6, 2025?
They did. About 171.85 million ENA. worth around $100 million at the time. That was about 2.7% of the total supply. Significant.
Right, 2.7%, close to that 3% mark. So people probably expected a sell-off.
Many did. But what was really noteworthy was ENA's resilience. It actually sort of held its ground and even climbed a bit around that time.
Really? Why?
Well, it seems like a combination of things. One, just strong, bullish momentum for the project itself.
Yeah.
USD's supply was exploding, hitting like $11.6 billion.
Okay, strong fundamentals helping absorb it.
That, and crucially, Athena was proactive. They had announced a massive $260 million token buyback program, buying their own tokens off the market.
Counteracting the new supply directly.
Exactly. It supported the price.
Yeah.
But the deeper question there is, well, is that sustainable? Can they always intervene like that? If the underlying growth slows down, future unlocks might look different.
Good point. Okay, one more. Immutable X, IMX, the gaming token.
Layer 2 for NFTs, gaming.
Yep, they're nearing the end of their main vesting schedule too, right?
Getting close. They've had regular releases like 24.52 million IMX unlocked in August 2025. That was about 1.3% of supply. Pretty standard for them.
And the key thing is that the final vesting events are supposed to wrap up soon, by October 2025.
That's the expectation. And the critical insight for IMX is really the anticipation of what happens after vesting ends.
Reduced selling pressure.
Precisely. Historically, IMX often saw these maybe 4 to 7% pullbacks around unlock dates, but they tended to stabilize fairly quickly. That August unlock was pretty much absorbed.
So people are looking past the unlocks now.
A lot of longer-term holders seem to be. They're thinking, okay, once this constant drip of new supply from vesting stops, could that actually be a bullish catalyst? Assuming, of course, the gaming side keeps growing.
Right, removing that supply overhang we talked about.
Exactly.
Okay, so wrapping this up, we've looked at quite a few examples. What's the big takeaway for you listening? It seems unlocks aren't automatically bad news.
No, definitely not a guaranteed disaster.
But also not a golden ticket if you're trying to time things. It really sounds like context is everything.
It is. The specific project's health, how big the release actually is compared to what's trading, and just the general market vibe at the time, all critical.
Which leads to the next point. Being proactive seems vital.
Absolutely crucial. You see projects like Athena doing buybacks or IMX finishing its vesting. These events are getting more complex, more nuanced. So the key isn't to panic when you see an unlock date coming. It's about doing your homework. Mark your calendar. Maybe track on-chain activity if you can. Stay updated with official project news.
That knowledge really empowers you, doesn't it?
It really does. It helps you make informed decisions instead of just reacting.
Yeah, that proactive monitoring is key.
Yeah.
So the real value isn't just knowing about unlocks, but knowing how to plan for them. Maybe setting price alerts, deciding your strategy beforehand.
And avoiding those emotional knee-jerk reactions,
Yeah.
fear or greed.
Exactly. Turning potential worry into just informed action. Foresight.
Well put.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. If understanding these token unlocks is so critical for navigating the crypto market, could mastering this knowledge, really digging into the specifics for the projects you care about, be your ultimate unlock for success in 2025?